the Aston Martin, 4th fastest, close to the Ferrari. I think if I give the Aston Martin a few more like laps, I'll be also down. Oh God. Okay, but this reminded me again, don't go free wide in the first lap and never be the bacon of the sandwich. You will get turned. Saved it. Just my normal warming routine.
Flag.
Oh, all had a good start so far. Let's see.
Car right. Clear on the right. Car right.
Still
on the left. There's an incident ahead. Go right. Keep to the left. Go right.
Oh, what a start!
Go right.
How crazy is this?
Clear left.
Clear. Car on your left.
Oh, he was aggressive. Oh my lord.
There's an incident behind.
Holy moly. And there he's gone.
There's an incident behind.
It's always these guys.
Right side.
Clear right.
Clear.
Attenzione. Oh, even lost the door. Right now. Next car.
The lead is fitting now. The lead is fitting now. The lead is fitting now.
Let's see.
The lead is fitting now. The lead is fitting now.
Yeah, we heard.
Car on the left. The lead is fitting now.
We heard already.
The lead is fitting now. The lead is fitting now. The lead is fitting now.
Come on, I already heard it the first time you said it.
The lead is fitting now.
Will you please be quiet? Other than that, I'm feeling okay. Oh yeah, good exit.
Car on the left.
There's an incident in
Go
turn
right.
2. Looks like it's
Oh!
Go right. Go right.
Left
Car on
side,
your
clear
left.
left.
Clear on the left. Go right.
And even more freebies. What are you doing? Bro. What is this? Ah, come on. Ah, these people.
now leading the leader.
At least I can get into the pits by myself.
3, 2, 1. Box
Right
now.
here.
My tires are here already. Hello.
Cast up. Behind is pitting now.
Repairable.
So what do you think? Was it my fault all the way, or did the red and white car just stayed on the throttle and want to push me off there? Which he almost did. But then karma striked him. Oh no. Oh yeah, good exit.
Car on the
There's
left.
an incident in
Go
turn
right.
2. Looks like it's
Ooh.
Go right. Go right.
Left
Car
side,
on your
clear
left.
left.
Clear on the left. Go right.
Okay, I'm on the outside. I don't want to be on the outside, to be
Car on
fair.
your left. You got a slow car on the right. Left side. There's an incident ahead. Keep to the right. Go left. Still there. Clear on the left. Car on your left. You're on the right. 3 wide. Still hold. Left side. 2 wide. Keep to the right. Clear.
Ooh.
There's an incident behind.
Another car in the grass.
You got a slow car on the right. Slow car ahead. Left side.
Wrong when I said I want to end this year 2025 with a bang. And here it is. Oh, thankfully I collected no one else here. Hello, hello, welcome back. It is time again to find out which car suits me best for the upcoming week. And tomorrow, the GT Sprint Series will be going to a Nürburgring Grand Prix track. And yeah, I've raced this track in the past a few times. Still think I have to get better pace there. Hey, send it. Welcome in. Good evening. Hey, Parks. Hello, hello. Hope you're well. Yeah. Other than that, this week, I will do some GT Sprint races tomorrow, and then we also have Porsche Cup. Oh, my weekend was fine, thank you. I caught a little cold, but everything is fine again. Oh, greetings back to her. In Porsche Cup, we are heading to the Hockenheim ring this week. Also a great track. I raced here a lot already. GT3s, Porsche Cup, I think even prototypes. And yeah, without further ado, let's compare GT3 cars at the Nürburgring Grand Prix track. I think I'll start with the Acura this time, and track conditions as always. Here you can see them. Oh, yeah. There we go. Same as the VRS website for the open setup races, and track state at 50%. Let's go. Yeah, Acura first. Okay, this is the version with the narrow chicane at the end. I like the other version more, but I think the wider chicane you only get with the endurance layout or so. Back temperature should be around 27 degrees. Here we go, perfect. And as always, I'll go with the race setup. Just have to find it. Is there no setup yet for the Acura? Interesting. Then I'll take the other one I have. There we go. Let's go. I think I increase the traction controller a bit already. Okay, first corner. Very tricky one, super narrow. As always, it will be a crash fest there. And these next few are also very tight. Have to get them pretty much perfect. Don't get an off track, then get a good run out of these. Ooh. Okay, losing the rear already on cold tires. Oh, let's bring the brake bias a bit forward. There we go. Let's warm those tires. Yeah, as you said, spicy already. let's see. Maybe I can tame it. The Grand Prix track is a very twisty racetrack, so I would say a lot of cars have good pace here. So I don't think there will be that much difference, but we will find out. No, I had no wine today, even though it looks like that. There we go. Okay, this is the narrow chicane. I like the other one more, but how it is. Last corner. Okay, I should hopefully be able to do a 1:56 lap times. Actually don't know. Massive understeer here still. Hi Davito, welcome. You heard that the Mercedes is the car here, yeah? That could be possible. Mercedes always does well on the more narrower, twistier tracks. Not guaranteed, what? I think I also raced the Merc here in the past. I also think I raced the Porsche. Yes, exactly. Like also all the setup shops are quite a bit different and how they build their setups, and because of its front engine. No, I actually don't. I don't know why the Merc is so good on twistier tracks, but it's like every time like Suzuka or every other small, like rather narrow track comes around, the Merc is good on it. So far the Acura feels quite understeery still, but the tires aren't warm yet.
0.262.
But I still would say it highly depends on the setup you're running and what kind of driving characteristics you prefer as a driver. I would say there's definitely some people out there who don't like the Mercedes at all. I'm one of the people who really likes the Mercedes. Easy to forget the track. First 2 laps, Acura felt quite understeery, even though I binned it in the 3rd corner already. Let's just let us forget that. Also too late here. I'll set an active reset point in the next lap and then we'll see. Yeah, I think it's best to brake right before the 100 sign and then try to maneuver the car over those curbs. 1:59, so still 3 seconds to cut off. That still felt a bit too late. Again. Maybe I just overall have to brake a bit earlier. Hey, this went much better this time. Understeer goes away. Finally something different again than Bathurst. Bathurst was nice, but yeah, I watched a few streams on the weekends. And it's just so sad when you're preparing all week for a 12-hour race and then people just crash in the opening laps and you're just a victim of that. To see this really not made me miss that I didn't start it. 12-hour race. Oh. Okay, let's bring the brake bias back again. So far, I feel like I'm struggling quite a bit in the Acura. 59.0. Not fast at all. Also, this corner comes trickier and trickier. The less grip you have on your tires, the less grip your tire produces over the race. And there was the off track. Also, still undecided if I just should race Porsche Cup this week. I don't know. Hi, GDM Johnson. E-Cup, Nürburgring and M2. Ah, where's the Beamer driving this week? Maybe I should try the M2 Cup again. I think it's a nice free car. I think I was missing grip in the BMW M2 when I tried it. Sounds, yeah. Yeah, Porsche Cup at Hockenheim. Spa, nice. Yeah, I'll do some Porsche Cup for sure this week. Still have to do one more race for my participation. And I have done Hockenheim already a lot in the past, so hopefully I'm up to speed quickly. But of course, you never know. 57.7, okay, we're getting faster at least. I'm trying to make a bit earlier. Still too much into the ABS. Ah, okay, you need safety rating as well. Then pickup is maybe not the best choice. Oh, it was fine. Even at Sebring last week. I kinda went out of the races in the end with ±0. you did Brands Hatch last week. How did it go? Was it GT4 or BMW M2 Cup? Ah, Toyota GR fixed. Okay. And production car challenge. Oh. Yeah, Brands Hatch. I think it's a perfect track. Perfect track for these slower cars. But it's still fun to race them. Like some tracks, like Silverstone or so, they're just too big for a Toyota GR86 or for Mazda. Hi, Linkui, welcome in.
57.488. That was your fastest lap of the session.
And let's try to lift a bit earlier. Oh, look at that, I made the corner. And messed up this one. Oh, this is so tricky to get right. Oh, okay. Yeah, Bathurst was a bit of a lottery. You gained back everything you lost. Oh, that's good to hear. No, my Bathurst races weren't that bad. It was just Porsche Cup that made me dip a bit again. But I will try to improve my pace in the next season anyway. Maybe go for less series, I hope. Either GT3 or some other series will have a nice schedule. Oh, nice. 3.5k. With this amount of iRating, you'll get already in some higher splits. With hopefully clean people. 7-1. Come on, let me crack this 156 with the Acura. Ah, this felt good. Not too fast here, a bit. Lost the apex again. There we go. I would wait if you want to buy the Mustang and try it out in the next demo drive. The Mustang GT4, it's quite a bit different to the other GT4 cars. It's a lot of fun to drive, but sometimes it feels like it doesn't want to stop at all. Takes ages to slow down. The little box, bottom left. My car comparison sheet, if you mean this, yes. I will write down the lap times in there when I have one. And also, if some car drives especially nice or difficult. Oh, come on, 57.0. No, I made it myself. Because I'm doing this almost since I started streaming. And I always just had this ugly looking text bar. So I finally spent one afternoon and made all the car cutouts and it's a Google Sheet document. So had to step up my game. Oh, the other one just looked awful. I feel like I'm... No, it's not a screenshot, it's an Excel sheet, a live Excel sheet. Yeah. Okay. Come on, let's try again.
57.141.
Give me a 156, please. So far, the Acura feels quite understeery. Don't feel like I want to race this car here, even though normally I like the Acura. Bad exit, I had to lift again. Guide did a 154.7. Which one? Brilliant Go. Yeah, they always like seem to post pretty fast laps, but I guess that's just a thing sometimes. What was their track conditions? Yeah, that's the thing. Some setup shops, I like the track conditions always vary a bit in between them. I don't know why that is. Maybe also because the weather in iRacing from a certain race to another one can change. But I'm just sticking with the weather conditions from the VRS set. Usually they are not far off. They're pretty accurate actually. Except last week on Panorama they were quite a bit hotter than what the races actually were in terms of track temperature. But for me that's fine. For me, I think it's easier to train in warmer track conditions than the actual races. Ah, oh, come on. A lot of off tracks will be had there. Yeah, track conditions here are 27 degrees track temperature and track state is at 50%. That's also quite important to dial this in. When the track state is lower, you will have way more grip. And that could also be a possibility why certain lap times are way faster than others. There we go, finally a good lap. But I only have 20 liters left now. Okay, messed it up here again anyway. Let's give it one more try. Acura was the fastest. I'll give it one more try. Yeah, for me it's definitely not. I don't feel the Acura here. But just want to post a decent lap time in this car. I'll take it. Hi Pepperoni, welcome in. $54.6. Oh, I want to do those lap times. No, it feels like I'll read this after I've completed my lap here, if that's okay.
You got about
40% of the field died because they couldn't drive the car, yeah. Ah, okay, you're driving Monster this week. There will be rain, if I'm not mistaken, right, James? 56.8, I'll take this lap. But the Acura is not going to be my pick here. I don't know, the car felt a bit... Let's write this down, 56.801. 1.801. Handling, I give it a 3 out of 5 stars. It was quite stable. But it had understeer. Okay. Then let's go on with the next car. When feed is updated, perfect. Here we go. Hi Patman, welcome in. Hope you had a nice weekend. Ah, okay. Open setup race has 34% chance of rain. Top split 12 hours by first died like 50% with different cars. My weekend was also nice. I just was working for a bit and then I watched some my first 12-hour streams. Oh my god, yeah, so many crashes. It would be so annoying for me if I train for this race like 2 weeks ahead of time and then at the start people just crash each other out or crash into you. Hi Ricky, welcome back. Happy Monday. You weren't expecting the first chicane? Yeah, I also like the faster chicane more than this one. But yeah, what car should we try next? maybe go with the Mercedes right away and see if we can set a true benchmark here. You did your laps with the Mercedes? Then let's see. What is the Go Setups lap time? 1:54.7. Daytona, Monza, Nürburgring GP, there it is. Race setup, here we go. Yeah, I also feel like I'm competitive with the Merc on a lot of tracks. Overall, I would say, yeah, the Merc feels a lot like the Aston Martin for me, just with a bit more torque out of corners. But I really kind of have fallen in love a little bit with the driving characteristics of the Aston Martin lately. Really enjoy it. Ah, okay, is the Corvette tricky to drive here? Again, oh no. But it was nice to see that it was somewhat competitive at first. Matt Malone raced it. Hi, Halsoy. Aston and Corvette are easily your favorites. After 5 laps, the Corvette was alive. Yeah, I like the Aston a lot. I'm still in the middle of learning it and how to gain pace in it, but I'm getting better. Oh yeah, the Merc felt good over those curbs. The Corvette, it's true. I think it's tricky on some setups, and you have to be really smooth with your inputs. Otherwise, the Corvette really, you can easily lose the rear in the Corvette. And also on cold tires, the Mercedes already feels way better than the Acura. Hi Gabriel, welcome in. I hope you had a nice weekend as well. What? You got 2 feet of snow? No, in Austria the snow is actually melting away. It's getting super warm in the next weeks. So I guess that's it with winter. I mean, we still have snow, but it's melting away every day more now. Oh yeah, I'm also not looking forward to that Linhui first corner here. Will be a crash fest for sure. Because it's like you can be in trouble either way. When you go for the outside on the first turn, some people may misjudge the braking point and understeer you out of the corner. If you go for the inside, you will be on the outside for the second corner, and it's the same thing.
59.906.
Oh. Oh, you also can break the Merc quite late. I really like that. Also here, I hope people will be alright and not too pushy in the first races. Here it's a classic off track for me normally. Guess now I was lucky. Oh, a bit of oversteer. We'll see. I'll do some races tomorrow, and if it does not work out, I will switch over to Porsche Cup, because there are always gentlemen at Porsche Cup. We learned that last week. Oh yeah, but you were right, the Mercedes feels great already. And in this third lap, already over 2 seconds up. Let's see. And this car is much more compliant as well over this curbs from the chicane. There we go.
57.284.
Yeah. Yeah, they will. They will dive for sure. But I already did Monza this season, so I didn't want to do IMSA again. And I'm not sure if I can survive with doing only Porsche Cup for a whole week, so I'll still try to do some races here. Yeah, I had the same experience, Gabriel. I started with the Acura, and the car felt really understeery. Even though I managed a decent lap time for my pace, I would say. I still think I will not go with the Acura, because it's just not fun. And the Mercedes, on the other hand, feels fun. On cold tires, it literally did not turn. Yeah, that's a big minus point for the Acura overall for me. Doing these comparisons now for a while, and basically on every track, the cold tire feel of the Acura is the worst out of all. I mean, also the Corvette sometimes at some tracks struggles with a quite wake front end feel when the tires are cold, but the Acura is always the worst. I don't know if it has no weight on the front end at all or why that is. Oh, here we go, already a 156.9. Oh, this will be off track fast here for me. Hi, Fake Love. Welcome in. Yeah. I don't know why they took the layout with this chicane. I don't like it. Is there a specific reason why they have two chicanes here? I mean, the reason I can think of is, okay, when you're going for the Nordschleife layout, you need to slow down the cars more because you have this tight left-hander, but for the Grand Prix track, I don't know. You go IMSA Monster. Have fun in the rain. No, Monza is for sure fine, but I already did Monza this season, so. And I have my participation already for IMSA, so I thought, let's go with Nürburgring GP. Okay. So cutting way more. I've tried a bit with the Acura before, but the car always got a bit unsettled. But I guess that's just my inability to drive over curbs. The second allows a lot. Okay. Yeah. Let's see how the Merc behaves over that. But with the Acura I was struggling. I had a bit the feeling of Porsche Cup at Imola again. You had to hit that curb on the chicane perfectly, otherwise it just threw you off. Of course here it's way easier. But... oh! Bavarian Alpha, yeah, that's a nice wheel. Oh yeah, oh yeah. What? 57.0? We already did a 56. Ah, it was with an off track. Ah. Well, you decided to sell your XP1s for VRS pedals? Okay. No, I don't have the clutch. I should have ordered it back then, but I thought, oh, when starting out, I always had a clutch on my old pedals and didn't use it that much in iRacing, so I thought, oh, that's cheap out, but now I miss it already. Yes, for some other sim titles or for rallying, I miss it. For iRacing it's fine without. I have the clutch pedals on the wheel for starts, that's fine. But interesting, yeah, let me know what you think. if the VRS are better, worse, or just different than the Simlab pedals. Back then I also was looking at VRS pedals, but they weren't available, so I just went with the newly released back then Simlabs, and I still think I made a good decision with those pedals. I really like them. Of course it's no active pedal and stuff, but it's a good load cell pedal. And better than the load cell pedals I had before. Ah, okay, the V2 VRS. Ah, I hate the second clunk there. Okay. Let's try.
7.781.
Yeah, there are also these purple labs from Garage 61. How is he called? Purple, I think it's Purple Labs. He was also a real IRL race driver in the past. He's now also, I think this year, releasing his own pedal set. They also look very promising. Cut the first more, okay. Yeah, what threw me off from the VAS pedals was the throttle pedal. I guess they will address this with the new ones. But are there actually images out yet? Because the throttle pedals of the first VRS pedals were just too weak for some people, so I thought, oh, that could become a problem for me, because my right foot isn't the most sensical one. Ah, there we go.
.78.
56.7. But yeah, the first VRS pedals were a great product. I guess the second ones will be also great. But I really cannot say anything bad about my Simlab pedals. Of course, I'm not using the elastomer that much, because I basically run my brake travel only over the hardest spring, and my elastomer is sort of my bump stop for the end. But I said it like, when I hit the elastomer, I'm braking at about 50-58%. So right about there where usually the ABS would kick in iRacing. I don't know, it's not for everyone. It's like my brake pedal is quite hard now. Here we go, the Merc is now flying. No, I wasn't attending the Bathurst 12-hour race. Ah.
So you cut the cord. You'll have to slow down and give up the time game. got a penalty for cutting the course.
I don't know. That was actually okay, I would say. But still, it really shakes you when you go over the second curb. Ugh. Oh yeah, it's really close. Really, really close. I don't know, I don't like that. You were P1 for many hours? Oh no. They crossed the whole track. No. Aim for the right front tire on the red part. Ah, okay. For the second corner or for the first one? Oh, flight! Thank you for the raid, man. Even here get on. Gonna slow down. Thank you, flight, for the raid. Welcome in. Hope you had a nice stream. What were you doing, by the way? Still racing something or preparing for the new week? You did not race? Right, not left? Oh, Circuit of the Americans. In the Super Formula car. You're paying. I have not bought this track in iRacing. I'm guilty. The outerst red, the second red from the right. Outerst red. I will watch a video. Should I do one more lap? I guess there's more possible in the Merc. But now I'm a bit thrown off from the curb. Let's try to do one more lap. I think a 156.5 is definitely possible. Yeah, Circuit of the Americas is not my favorite track in the world, so I didn't buy it. First corner when you don't have triple screens is quite tricky. You have to learn it from, like, drive it from the mind. Ah, was this the inside off track now? Come on. Hello, Michael. Welcome in. Oh, I'm driving your go-to car. Yeah, I also really loved the Mercedes. I've driven it a lot in the past seasons. Yeah, like Kota feels like a track that is made for faster cars. Just like Silverstone or so. I already thought, Flight, maybe we can do cooperation at some point. You could learn me a bit of Formula racing. And instead I show you how to crash out in a GT car. Let's watch this first, you're right. Yeah, this week is the layout with the narrow chicane. Link Hui is trying to teach me, but I'm not getting it right. Let's check a video. Let's check a video real quick. Where is Mercedes? Where is the Merc? Hey, browser source. Hello, hello. There it is. Perfect. And sound. You don't have sound. I'll give you some sound. There we go. Okay, let's check the chicane. Can you see this all right? Nope. Here we go. Now it should be okay. Jumper curved, yeah. Oh, okay. Oval rookie race. Nice. Yeah, the street stock cars are great fun. Ah, nice. Yeah, oval racing is really something. It has its appeal. I also like it. Okay. Is it that different from my line? Looks quite similar. Slow this down a bit. Okay, he's going over the big hump here. I don't think it's that different from what I do, but he does it better. Okay, let's try to do some more laps in the Merc. Yeah, I was cutting the chicane a bit, and this was not enough. I guess the first chicane was alright here. Let's see. Let's try again. Oh, you're 20 seconds faster. Yeah, maybe I should go with the Super Formula car here. Oh, Silverstone. Nice. GT3 League. I never did league racing. Guess I'm too much of a loner for this. Maybe I would try it in the future. Ah, come on, this off track. Oh, hello Simlab. Welcome in. Hope you had a nice weekend. Track limits are terrible. At Silverstone? Yeah, some. Yeah, me too. This off track, I will get a lot of them. I just hope we have to race sub 17 laps here, so I can take this off track every time. Yeah, of course. I'm taking too much curb and don't know how to correct it. That was not enough. Hey, what was my best lap time? 1:56.78. Oh. 1:56.5 should be definitely possible for me. No, I finally need some more safety rating again. But I guess Porsche Cup will take it away anyway. Oh, I made it, I lost a bit. But the Mercedes feels great, actually. Sometimes a bit understeery, but alright. Oh no! Yeah, Formula 4 is known to be not the best series for safety rating grind. Oh, I had the same experience. At least it's split up now between sports car and open wheelers. There we go. 56.4. Let's write this down for now. Thank you. Now I finally got the chicane right. Hey, Mercedes. 1:56.444. Handling. It was I would say 4 out of 5. It was a bit understeer, just a slight bit. Stability was very stable, 4 out of 5. Feels great. Okay. Then let's go on with the next car. When my sheet has updated, yes it has. Here we go. Yeah, for some people, the Merc is the fastest car around here. I mean, you can counter this very well in the Mercedes with brake bias, but then it actually can snap on you quite easily on the braking. Lambo, Porsche, McLaren. I think it's time for the McLaren is usually a car that takes the curbs quite well. So let's see. I think it was now 51.25% or something like this. That's quite far behind for me in the Merc. Usually I start out with 52.5 or 53 even, depends on the setup, of course. Oh, Boho, welcome in. Good morning. Hope you had a nice weekend too. Aston Martin, I will try the Aston after that. Ah, and how did it go? Could you finish? Or did you get crashed out? Nürburgring. Let's see how the McLaren feels. Oh, thank you, Davito. Thanks a lot for your sub. Really appreciate that. What? Finished P7? Nice. Top 10. Congrats. Wow. Hello, Sabrex. Welcome. Hope you as well had a nice weekend. P7, that's no matter what split you are, that's a really great result. Practice for Nords. Yes, I'll practice the first part in this week, but only the Grand Prix part of it. And at some point this year I will also practice the rest of it, the easier part. Sabrex can read me like a book. And even was your first one, Boho. Even, but interesting. Also in my first endurance race, I got P7, but it was the 12 hours of Sebring. So a bit easier than Bathurst. Oh. Okay. All these curbs. They will give me headaches in the night. Let's see it already. What track was it? I think it was Watkins Glen, yes. Where the McLaren was outstanding at the bus stop. Was so nice over curbs. Oh, you booked your holiday? Nice. Welcome back. I'm also looking right now, maybe for some short vacation to a racetrack. But for me it has to be affordable. So I was looking at Spa. Belgium is not too far away. Quite reachable from Austria.
Slow down. You got a penalty. We're cutting the course.
For me it will just be a weekend of holidays, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, Belgium or something in that region. Oh, that was way too late.
Slow down. You got a
As
penalty for cutting the course.
aren't warm yet anyway, so. I mean, when I were in the Netherlands, it was just so nice at the Zandvoort racetrack because there was also a Porsche Cup race there, and was free entrance, of course. Was super nice. I checked out the racetrack at Zandvoort already 2 years ago. Last year I made no vacation. And the Porsche Cup drivers at Zandvoort, they just drove like in the game. Diving left and right. It was fun to watch. I think it was like some regional Porsche Cup race. Didn't look. Your arms were shaking? Oh yeah, I noticed. Back then, at my first race starts in iRacing, my brake foot was always a bit shaking. Oh yeah, Luxembourg. But what racetracks do they have? Ah, the Porsche Cup, okay. The series. Benelux Porsche Cup series. Then you just have to down a beer boho and then hopefully the shaking stops. Ah, come on. Slow down again. Now the tires are warm. I hope I get the chicane right. Ah, yeah, I know him. I know his real life Porsche Cup shorts from YouTube. He's also doing iRacing, right? Yeah, I know his name. I like his POV content from the real Porsche Cup races. There you really can see it's basically the same than in iRacing. People just going for every gap, even if it's only just a third of a gap. But they are still a bit more mindful than in iRacing. Okay, hopefully I'll get it right this time. As are getting warm already, so no more excuses on the tires. And yeah, Season 2 iRacing is already looming around. Season 1 was going by so fast. Crazy. Okay. A bit far off now. I want to post a decent lap first. Oh. We'll do Monza again. Then I wish you good luck, Patman. When you don't get the off track on the left side here, you get it on the inside curb before. It's a lose-lose corner. Somewhere you will definitely get the off track. Oh, the McLaren, it's such a nice car to drive. I really enjoy it. Then you will gain a license class, or? If you're racing for the license class, then just go for 4.0 and you get the license right away. In UMB now. Yeah, I was just, I think on the weekend, looking at my iRating and license gain over the years. And one thing that I really can say is, like, take your time with gaining your licenses. Because I sometimes like hear people say, oh, I made it in 12 days from B to A license or so. Yeah, but where is the fun in that? I really enjoyed it, the progression. I think I also progressed rather fast, but I think it still took me 6 months or so. Wasn't racing as much back then, of course. Okay, that corner was messed up. But yeah, the Lambo feels... not the Lambo, the McLaren. Already. This car feels nice around here. Of course, totally different to a front engine GT3, but still fun. Okay. I'll taking a bit of a break. I think my longest break was like for... I looked at it, was 7 months or so. Ooh! Okay, messed it up totally. Was back then when I had to write my master's thesis. I really could not race at all. I had to finish this up. And my chosen subject for my thesis was like way too big. I ended up with, I think, 300 pages in the end. Go, come on. Bad feeling about that, yeah. Let's see, I hope the first few races will be fine. 158.0 so far. I mean, I'm gonna stop messing up in this car. Finally can do a decent lap time. But the McLaren feels also very stable. I mean, I've increased the traction control a bit, but other than that, Car slows down well. And then I always have to hope the whole race I don't get a slowdown. Ugh. Oh my god, I can already see the people getting the slowdown and then block the other people. Classic. Maybe it will be me. No, I'll try to get out of the way. I don't know. I just hope it will be sub 17 laps, so I can take an off track every lap. Will the McLaren also get replaced at some point in the GT3 roster? But they don't bring a new car this year, right? Only Lambo is already confirmed to start with the new car soon. Let's see how many cars we will get in Season 2. McLaren is relatively new. Yeah, it's racing since 6 years already, I would say, or 5. Oh god, I don't like the chicane. I don't want it. Yeah, the Temerario. Let's try once more. It will be starting to race in March, from what I've heard. Because on the weekend I made a video about the Lambo in iRacing. And there I looked up the new one. But of course, you never know when we will get it in iRacing. Yeah. Sounds a bit like the new Ferrari car names. I think they're also not as good. Like, how is the Ferrari SUV called? It's ProSimRig? Or Sound? I don't know. Yeah, it looks nice. That's really the problem I have with the... I mean, who cares about me? But I think the new Ferrari design choice is not that great. I mean, the 296 looks good, but all the expensive ones, I don't know. Purosan. Ah, it's doable in English. Oh, I don't like this chicane. Woo. 56.7. I'll give it one more lap. McLaren drives really nice. Throttle application is a bit tricky for me. It's not getting a bit loose on the rear. Interesting. I kinda hoped that this car would be easier over the curbs, but the chicane feels as bad as with the other cars. Six, 7, 7, 7. Yeah, also Porsche had like different designs in the past. Oh, they also... I've heard that the successor to the Cayman should have been an EV. 100% electric, I think, and I don't know if they bring it now or not, because the other electric cars from Porsche didn't sold that well, apparently. The rear's already getting loose. Better exit this time. Oh yeah, 56.6. Porsche is hella expensive. Okay, 156, 611. I think that's all right. 156.611. Handling, I have to give it a 5-star again. Stability, it has a loose rear sit. Loose on corner exit. Maybe that describes it perfectly. Okay, what car should be next? The McLaren is not so difficult that I made it look. It's just out of corners. Either you turn up the traction control, what is not the best thing for your lap time, or you learn to control your throttle foot a bit better. And my right foot is basically like a brick. Now I'm getting better at it, but throttle application is a thing you have to have mastered in the McLaren, then you're really fast, I guess. Okay, what's next? Should we get the Beamer right away? Let's jump into the Lambo. The Lambo was really feeling good for Bathurst. That's why I also decided to make a video about it. It's coming out on upcoming Saturday. It was quite interesting that a lot of people chose the Ferrari in the end for the Bathurst 12-hour race. I didn't feel the Ferrari at all. It drove weird at Bathurst for me. But maybe it was... You got P6? Nice. That's also a great result. You went from P10 to P6. Oh, nice. Yeah, I watched some streams on the weekend when I had time. But the streams I watched, the people were just get crashed out and were like all the way in the back. And I felt sorry for all of them. When you're training so much for a race and then someone just crashes you. Oh. You have only the Merc, the Beamer and the Lambo. You don't buy other cars in the first year? Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I also had this mindset for a long time. But then it was moneymaker. One guy who watched the stream who said, "Get the Lambo." Porsche and Lambo. Oh, okay. Mustang next? Yeah, I can do that. But don't take my lap time for the Mustang. Too serious. Mustang is... Oh, okay. Also the Lambo is feeling quite understeery on cold tires. That's not too bad. Better than the Acura for sure. Let's warm them up a bit. You own every car? No, I still don't own the Audi. You hate this track? Hi, Mr. Cian. I really can't hear it that well because the V10 is so loud of the Lambo. Ah, okay. Elton John. Yeah, it will be interesting to see how long it will take for the iRacing team to bring in the new Lambo. And it starts racing already in a month. Okay. The thing with the Lamborghini, it feels already much nicer when the tires are at least a little bit warmer. Now it's already perfectly fine, even though the tires are still quite cold. Oh, understeer. Okay.
They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time game.
But I noticed this already with the first setup for the Lambo. From Go setups, it's always a bit understeery. Okay. But I would say it feels similar to the McLaren.
1.246.
McLaren is still a bit nicer in the steering feel for me. but the Lambo is compliant on corner exits. Even I can drive it. Ah. It's an IMSA week for you. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the Grand Prix track for Nürburgring. I like it. I don't mind it. I've done IMSA already this season, so I thought I could go for the GT Sprint. Yeah, the narrow chicane here, I'm not a big fan of that as well. Maybe you noticed already. I'm having a hard time with it. Yeah, I guess it's better for your pace. Stick with one car. I just like them all too much. Oh, tricky one over those curbs. Hell, should I even do a race here? I don't need to. Okay, tires are getting warm. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, the Lambo feels very agile. But so does the McLaren. I think they're both quite similar in terms of driving. Oh, this is quite tricky with the Lambo. The car slows down very well. It's not easy to snap on you. I definitely can see people maining this car. Maybe I'll just go around it. Oh, 56.6 was quite effortless. Let's reset this. Yeah, with the... I guess you're true, Linkui. With the other cars, I just get away with it because they have more downforce. With this one, it shows. And I also think jumping over this curb there is not the best idea. It really throws you off a bit. try to turn in a bit later now and don't touch the curb. Oh. With what car, Jim Slip? Way easier now. What car are you using, Jim Slip? I'm using the VRS track conditions, so would be also that a problem. Yeah, I guess it's better not to. Yeah, we're in the Lambo Bambo. Maybe I just avoid the second curb here when I can. Hi, Moneymaker. Welcome. Thank you for the lurk, man. Really appreciate that. Come on. Ugh. Just go the other chicane. Yeah, that would be the best idea. Yeah, it would be nice if there would be no off track for the other chicane or slow down. I guess that's not happening. Oh, okay, don't touch the inside curb. Let's give it one more lap. Ah, too late. Alright, Patman, have a good training. Ah, you're doing racing, right? Have a good race. Where is my Delta? Ah, come on. Yeah, it feels like it. Totally. Doesn't like it at all. I give it one more try, otherwise we have to use the 156.6. Just wanted to do one more because this lap time felt so effortless in this car. Where's my Delta? No Delta for me. Ah, there it is. Hi, Sir Rosa, welcome. Hope you had a nice weekend as well. Ah, you get ads. Yeah, as already said, I have dialed in the minimum amount of ads you can dial in, so. With turbo, you don't have to care about that at all. Ah, you also have turbo. 4 races, 4 crashes. Oh no, did you do the 12-hour race as well, Sarosa? And too late again. Yeah, I guess the 156.6 it is. I think it's a bit Even when you're like not affiliated at Twitch, you still get ads. Was this faster than the McLaren or not? And there it is, the inside off track. Ah, okay, one sprint and two endurance races. Crashed 4 times, oh no. And today one more sprint. Ah, come on, Pete. Let's go on. I think Lambo definitely nice here. A bit understeer at first. And the lap times, I think can be definitely as fast as with the other cars. Let's check what was my fastest lap. 156. 648. Okay, let's write this down. 156, 648. 156.648. Handling, it was a bit understeery. Oh, the downshift sound. The misfires are really nice in this car. Stability, it was very stable. Bit understeery. Okay, let's refresh. Oh no, what did I do? There we go. Okay. Next car. No, the Lambo was doing fine, Moneymaker. Just one time here. It bit me, but other than that, it was actually... I actually did a race there with the Lambo on Bathurst last week, Moneymaker, and it served me really well. I really enjoyed it. The new Lambo will not sound as nice, I think. Oh, let's see how long we will have this one still in iRacing. Yeah, it felt good. I always compare this car now to the McLaren because both have like a very alive front end. You feel what the front end is doing quite early, even when the tires are not that warm. And the one plus side that the Lambo has over the McLaren, it's easy to on throttle application out of corners. Yeah, we'll see. Question, opinion about Smurfs. Topic is really big. All right, Boho, thank you for watching. I hope you have a good work day and hope to see you soon. Thank you for checking in again. Really appreciate that. iRacing had to respond to it. What did I say? Okay, what car did we say next? Ah, Mustang. I guess iRacing does not care too much, right? They're getting double the money. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of protected them. I don't know. I saw a lot of videos about Smurfs over the years. My 2 cents to this topic is... Let's go into talk mode here. I think smurfing for small amount of people is all right. And this is for the people who currently have a black or a white license, a pro or world license in iRacing. Because when you have this license, I think the safety rating goes only to 2.0 or something. It's really easy to lose your safety rating when you're doing normal races, when you're like a 9-10K iRating driver. But for all the others, I don't think it's a good thing to do, because every time I see a fast driver in a Smurf, I don't want to call out any names, but Lubo, Pablo, they drive so aggressively that they really like throw off a lot of people in the races. They just want to have their fine race. People like me with 3K, 4K iRating, and they just, okay, they intentionally mess up the qualifying. Sometimes that's fine, but they drive so aggressively and people are not prepared for this, because their Smurf also has the same iRating as them. Why? They naturally don't think, okay, he's so much faster. And usually they are not that much faster, because I think they don't train a lot for like Smurf racing. They just do it for fun. But it's okay. I don't have a problem when people race for fun, but then stay out of trouble and don't mess up other people's races. So yeah, that's my short answer to this topic. Yeah, I mean, it's fine for people to Smurf. I don't have something against it, but then just keep in mind that you're racing on your Smurf and don't like go for the last half gap and crash out 3 people during your race, because you're all so much faster than the other drivers. I don't think it makes sense, because with their main account they wouldn't drive like this for sure, because they actually worried that they lose their safety rating. Yeah, or get reported or whatever. Yeah. Sure, Sorosa, it's a problem. I raced against Pablo Smurf. He drove like a maniac, almost that I felt the urge to say something to him, because it's fine when they want to race their Smurfs, and they're of course faster than a 4K iRating driver, because most of them have like 6, 7, 8K. But they drive so reckless a lot of times, and I don't wanna like. No, I don't want to give in to that. They are just, most of them are just driving too reckless, and they would never drive this way with their main account. And that is what really like sets me off, because a lot of other people, they have just time for like 1 or 2 races in a week, and then their race then they get wrecked in the race because one of those Smurfs who are just like diving for every little gap and crashing out drivers. Yeah. I also think Moneymaker, it's just like this. iRacing doesn't care. They get double the money. And for the people who are actually having a pro license, it makes sense. I think everyone can make a Smurf if they want to, if they have the money, but don't be a reckless ass. yeah, that's the only sensible thing you can do anyway. You just not fight them at all and just let them go. But like there are other drivers here who only can do like one race in a week, and they maybe want to have a fight with another driver and on the racetrack, and then there comes some smurf around to just, like, you know how it goes, just goes for the gap and then pushes the other car out, and then his race is over. Maybe the race from the smurf is also over, but he doesn't care. But the other car does care, so... Yeah, I mean, chance to win, that will go away at some point anyway. Or when you're not trying to go over 6k iRating, I would say. Or maybe you're doing some series that's not so popular. But in GT3, there's always someone online who's an alien. Maybe I'll train 5 more years, I'll catch up to Yuri, but I guess I never will.
59.8.
Okay. Now let's try out the Ford Mustang. Yeah, it feels like I have... Maybe I also should make a video about this topic. Yeah, Gabriel. Pablo was one of the examples I had in mind while talking now. Because I raced against him in the Smurf account, and he's driving super reckless. I don't know, of course I'm happy for a win now and then, but I guess I'm even happier because they're not so often. But I would say I really get my joy out of iRacing to make a good race and make less mistakes during a race and just having fun driving a car or just getting faster. 58. And yeah, don't get me wrong, I like Pablo's streams and I like Blue's streams, but yeah, Smurf, use your Smurf wisely. And I understood Smurfing back then when road racing still was one license class. I totally understood it when people wanted to drive open wheel cars, but they gained all the iRating in racing GT3s. But since when did they split the licenses? Already 2-3 years ago? Since then, there's no need for that. I have to say, I haven't changed a thing in the Mustang, and I still can drive it, so that's a very positive sign. Let me check. Oh yeah. And the Mustang feels good as always. Same thing as why people do cheat in games. Oh, too late here. What do you mean, Serosa? $57.5. Oh, the tires are getting warm. Let's see. Oh. But the rear does not step out at all. That's really nice. I love that. Normally I'm also struggling a bit with the Mustang. Maybe first gear is better here. Ah, okay. You think they get a kick out of it? Racing slower drivers in the Smurfs? No, I don't know. If they want to. I guess for most of them it's just like, okay, they have to do less training before the race and don't have to fear to lose the iRating. But I think for everyone else whose main goal is not to be a pro sim racer, I think the fun should be in the foreground. Oh yes, the Mustang is really nice to drive here. Not tricky at all. 56.8 already. I really like this car here. Try first gear now in this slow section. Oh my god. I haven't tried the Aston yet. Ah yeah. Yeah, I really came to love the Aston now, Serosa. You were right. The Aston is a great car to drive. How is your Simucube 3, by the way? Everything's still fine and great. Oh. What? Really? You're doing Euro Truck with your Simucube? I mean, not that I judge you, but... Again, 56.8. I was a bit late. Still fine. Where did I lose all this lap time? Ah, okay. It has. Are there more truck wheels out there, or is there only the one from Moser out there? Trucker wheel. What is the diameter of this thing? It's huge. Oh yeah, the Mustang feels really good. Now just don't mess up the chicane again, Pete. And miss the apex here by a mile. Ah, come on. Let's try this again. My optimum lap time is already 1:56.3. I'm always struggling a bit with the Aston on corner exits. I don't know. Maybe you have a tip for me, but for me it always feels like the Aston has no punch out of slow corners. .56.3, that would be a nice lap. Again, maybe I just shift down the second gear and lift a bit instead of braking. Ah, that should do it, that should do it. Oh no! That wasn't a full lap. Okay, now let's recreate that. Ringmeister will be a Mustang Cup. Oh, also here the Mustang feels very good. Ah, come on, get around. Oh yeah, 56.0 in the Mustang. My optimum lap time right now. Please don't make me mess it up too much. Yeah, it really feels planted, totally. Really feels nice. Let's see if I can bring this lap time in, but... God, I hate this chicane. There we go, that's going to be a good one. Bam!
56.231. That was your fastest lap of the session.
156.2. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. I wasn't expecting that. Normally I'm struggling a bit in the Mustang. But yeah, pleasantly surprised. 156.231. Handling was 5-star. Stability was also 5-star. It was just great. Okay. Which car should beat that for me? Alright, so Rosa, thank you for stopping by. Have a good one. Okay, what's next? Corvette, Porsche, Aston, Beamer. Oh, okay. Then let's go with the Beamer. But I have to warn you, I'm not fast in a Beamer normally. But I guess you know this already. Yeah, let's see. I'll be interested how the Aston feels around here, and also the Porsche might be fun. Well, let's see. I don't have high hopes for the Corvette, but let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see what the Beamer feels like here. Ooh, okay. Cold tires, cold tires. Hi Axuli, welcome in again. Thank you for stopping by again. Some streamer was wrong when they said it was Nords combined next week. Nords combined? What? Okay, skip the Beamer. No, I don't skip it. But for me, it's always the... Hi, war child. Welcome. Hope you had a nice weekend as well. Yeah, the Beamer, it always feels the worst on cold tires for the front engine cars. Boring? Did you race Bathurst 12 hours or not? Setup feels a bit weird for the Beamer. Oh, but really nice over the curbs. Hey, not bad, not bad. Ah, you don't got pedals, no. Ugh. Oh, okay. Funeral on Wednesday. Up at 4 AM. Ooh. Yeah, I was doing some work on the weekend, so I had no time to race there, but I was fine. I'm racing during the week anyway. And yeah, other than that, feels good to be back in the rig. I watched some 12-hour Bathurst streams. Ah, you said, yes, true. Your pedals broke. And, ooh, shorted the circuit board. Ooh. Two minutes. I was only my first lap, first flying lap. Yeah, the Beamer, it feels always a bit weak, this car. I don't know, I don't get it. I know I bought it when it came out. And back then it was feeling really nice in terms of first feedback, but either all the other cars caught up that well, or I don't know, or the Beamer got worse a bit. I mean, over the curbs, this car feels really okay. No. No, I'm not going to do that. Is this really a car where you have to lift here? Oh, really? One of the first weekends you had off in months? Oh, okay. I hope you enjoyed it then. Yeah, for me, I'm usually working more on the weekends. Depends. Ooh. For some reason the Beamer feels really loose on the rear. I don't think I like that. But I'm still like surprised that I got so well in the Mustang. Okay. Yeah, the only plus side of the Beamer is here. Feels really nice. Or not really nice, better than the other cars. $157.8, okay. Much better already. It's feeling alright now. I was warmed up, but still not super fun. I don't know, so far the Mustang definitely my favorite. Also enjoyed the Lambo and the McLaren and the Mercedes. Other than that, yeah, the Beamer drives nice over curves, but it's a bit loose on the rear with this setup. Wait again. That still will be an okay-ish lap, I guess. See, 156.7. Let's try one more lap. But I feel like I managed this corner exit much better now. Getting way less off tracks. But I guess usually the off tracks come back in the race. Will this be a race again where people are super hardcore fuel saving? I hope not. I don't like those races too much. Everybody is super slow. Yeah, I don't like the Beamer. Snapped again. It felt alright. I think I definitely can do fast lap times in it, but with this setup, I don't want to lose the car every time in the S's here. Let's write this down. It felt, I mean, you saw it. It was a 1 minute 56.7 pretty effortlessly. But yeah, the snappy rear. I would just say either the Go setups, esports setup is a bit too tricky for me to drive here. Maybe with the safe setup it would be totally fine. Yeah, but for me, it's not the Beamer. I'm sorry. pedal inputs on that corner where I lost the car. Normally you're just staying flat with the GT3s. Vorwärts, ersten. Let's get the Ferrari out of the way. That was also a weird one. I really did not enjoy that at Bathurst at all, but in the end it was the best car, right? Hi Chris, welcome back. No, not at all. Not at all. But when the Beamer, who is normally the safest car wall to drive, just snaps on me in the Schumacher S, what should I do? I cannot say, I will race it, and every time I'll look up to the chat, I'll lose the car. I hope you understand this. Yeah, the Mustang felt great here, Patman. Yeah, it takes a few laps. With the Beamer, it was like the 5th or 6th lap, so they were already warm before the lap before. I already went through there, full throttle. But I guess this is the eSport setup. It can be a bit loose at sometimes. Nürburgring Nolan. Where are we? Nürburgring. Race setup. Here we go. Monday evening guys are crazy. Really? I don't know. I haven't raced it in a long time on a Monday. Sometimes I did it when I still had no time to race all week. For me, the Monday races sometimes felt really chill. 0.05 away from A. Oh, so close. Was so cozy the whole week. I guess it depends. Now free wide in Lesmo. You haven't been A in like 6-7 months. And so on and so on. Yeah, I can feel that, Batman. I can feel that. Yeah, I'm still happy. I never lost my A license so far in my 7 years. But I think 2 weeks ago I came close. Since I'm doing more Porsche Cup, it's quite a bit harder on my safety rating. Races are so short. And Porsche Cup is close racing usually. First lap, the Ferrari feels really soft.
They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the time gained.
Why on earth did they choose this chicane? Just use the other one for the race. The fast chicane? What is wrong with the faster chicane? Okay, but so far Ferrari also very planted. Even with cold tires, that's nice. Sometimes Porsche Cup drivers also can behave. I mean, last week was a bit outstanding. One guy just wrecked me and he blamed me for the crash. That was really... that gave me the rest last week. It was like last corner of Sebring, sunset. I was behind the car, pretty close. Was also sticking my nose a little bit to his inside, so I had to brake so I not push him off. And of course, what is the car behind me doing? He's first trying to go for the inside, and then of course goes too wide, and then gets near to us, but he doesn't brake or lift from the throttle. He just pushes me off. And then blames me why I'm braking there. If you would made his corner in the first place, it would have been fine. But yeah. It's a time trial, not a race. Oh, sorry, I forgot that. No, it's... Some people still need to learn. The only thing that I really don't understand is why they cannot change their opinion, or like they cannot admit that they are wrong. That's a problem with some people in iRacing. Even when they see the replay. Oh, they touched the curb there on the inside. Even when they see the replay and it's completely clear that's their fault, they cannot admit it. It's weird. D-Class 6K? No, he was... I think it was even a Smurf. It was a 3.8K Smurf or so. Yeah. But I think he's not so long in the service yet, because he was... He was really not seeing that it's maybe was his fault. He just was blaming me. Why are you braking in the corner there? And I said, yeah, because I didn't want to push off the car in front of me. That's why I braked. And you did the same to me. But you didn't brake. No, it was your fault. I was in front of you. How can it be my fault? You braked in the corner. Yeah, but it happens. It happens. Mistakes can always happen, but if people don't see like they did something wrong at all, it's always a bit meh. Yeah, then maybe it's better to let you go off and drive something different.
11.8.
Maybe play Forza Horizon or Need for Speed or whatever. Yeah, exactly, Warchild. It's... Some people, they really cannot admit it, that they have done something wrong. And that's really like... It's sad in a way, because you learn the most, or I learned the most stuff when I did something wrong, and I look at it and then I see, okay, this problem maybe would never have occurred to me when I didn't do something wrong there in this situation. But yeah, some people cannot really admit that at all. I mean, there are also people who think the world is a disc. So they also cannot admit that the that it's actually round and not a flat disc. So far, the Ferrari feels really planted. I increased the traction control a bit.
7.11. New fast flat.
Yeah, exactly, war child. You're always right, even if you're not. You're still wrong. Yeah, that is the mindset what a lot of people have in Porsche Cup. Oh, now the rear is still a bit loose, even though I increased the traction control. A favorite Riesling? No, sorry. Oof. Not really, no. Sometimes just drink red wine, but then most of the time it's called Blaufränkisch, the Rebsorte. But other than that, Austrian Riesling is so good. Yeah, it depends which part of Austria. Every part of Austria is pretty proud of their wine, but I would say not all parts of Austria have the best wine. Do you try Monza or stay safe with Bathurst? Going Monza on a Monday evening, I don't know. But Bathurst is also... I mean, in Bathurst, when you survive the traffic jam, that's usually fine. Ah, from the southern part? Yeah, there the wine is totally fine and drinkable. That's right, Chris. From southern Austria, you really cannot go too wrong with wine. They have a lot, like, the climate is pretty mild in southern Austria. But I usually just drink red wine and yeah, then beer. We have a lot of good breweries in Austria. That's really a thing. Even though even the cheaper beers in Austria are still perfectly drinkable. I saw a YouTube video lately from an American who visited Austria, and he went to Aldi or Hofer, like a big discounter, and they have like good beer and cheap beer, and he bought a can of everything, and he basically said, wow, even the cheapest beer is better than Miller Lite or whatever they have in USA. Ah, he's spending a lot of time in Salzburg.
56.865.
In
New fast flat for you.
56.8? Ah, you said that already. In Salzburg, there's also a private sim racing center from a YouTuber where you can book time. And he has basically every base, wheelbase, wheel and pedal combination there is. Or maybe if someone like wants to try out his stuff, stuff first before he buys it or she buys it. Ah, yeah, I told you already about this. Yeah, he has like a YouTube channel where he reviews stuff already for years. It's in German though, but you will for sure understand English. Yeah, with the traction control at 6, the Ferrari feels actually fine for me as well. Best beer is local beer. Yes. Best beer is the beer that you have at home. I have none at the moment. No. Feels like I'm struggling a bit for pace in the Ferrari. Come on, let's give me a good lap. Lap 8, by the way, so tires are for sure warm. Whoa. Okay, it wanted to snap. But only on throttle. It's weird, but it feels like, yeah, as snappy as the McLaren, I would say. Okay, will this be finally a good lap? I also want to try out Porsche Cup already for... Yeah, I'll do this tomorrow. Okay, much better exit this time. Exit was a bit worse. Oh, that's going to be fine. 56.5. Not too bad. Really not too bad. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. 156.5. One 56.5, 1. Five. No, not 2-1. Was it 2-1? Oh no. Handling was quite good. Stability, I give it 3. It was snappy rear. Had a snappy rear. Okay. When we just have 3 cars left. Started racing last year. People would behave like in racing. They blocking others even in practice. No, not everyone. People driving crazy like in every corner, 0 respect, 0 sportsmanship. No, it's Linkway really, it was really much better in the past. Like after Corona, a lot of people like came to iRacing and expected to race like they raced before in their other sims or in their other competitive sims. And in iRacing, you actually have to watch out to not touch each other because of the nature of the netcode, because the car gets loose quite easily. And before that, it really was like, I mean, it still is in a way, but of course, a lot more people now in iRacing. And yes, I know what you mean. A lot of people are just defending like for their life in lap 1 or 2, even though they have no pace. And they would be faster if they just like let one car pass and follow it around. But yeah. And yeah, it still happens occasionally that you like come across a gentleman. Sometimes like when back then I had it already a lot of times when I raced someone and then like he dove and like I closed the door and he crashed me out. So I missed the corner. He waited for me until I was back, even though we lost places or so. He waited for me and then we started fighting again. So yeah, true. That's already some time out when the last car stopped for me when he made a mistake and crashed me out and waited for me to catch up again. But I don't say it doesn't happen anymore. It happened to me in the past. And yeah, there are still gentlemen around. So also practice. That's just like in practice sessions, a lot of people either they don't know it or I don't know. I always had the biggest respect back then when I started out and it was in an open practice. So I don't block or mess up the lap times of the faster cars. It was just like the thing you do. But yeah, I have the same experience now that some people, they just go into open practice and maybe have no experience of the track and block everyone who's trying to do fast laps and having a good online practice session. But yeah, I guess when more people are interested in something, there are also like more people coming that don't have this experience yet. But I hope everyone who's like doing iRacing for longer wants to get schooled in this like type of behavior, how you not mess up people's practice laps and stuff. But yeah, the premiere of racing. Not even intentional wrecks get picked up on protests always. Some make me rage even seeing the name appear. Yeah, really intentional wrecks, they will definitely get protested, but a lot of times it's only poor racecraft, and then it's a racing incident, even though it's a bad one, but yeah, it's still a race incident, and then they cannot really ban these people for like have no racecraft. Automatic scrutineering. Okay, well, what's the next car here? We have the Porsche, the Aston, and the Corvette left. I think we'll go with the Corvette next and then have a showdown between the Aston and the Porsche. Or maybe the Corvette is naturally fast. Would be fine for me. Nice walk, welcome in. Yeah, I started the stream a bit later today. I forgot I actually had to be somewhere on Monday afternoon, so I started a bit later today. But I'm still feeling good, and yeah, as always, thank you for the nice chat. I enjoyed so much. chatting with you guys. So I will finish this for sure. Maybe even do some practice laps in the Porsche Cup. My priorities? Okay, I read this longer chat message before I jump into the car. Yeah, as already said, Linkui, it's like the more people are here now, of course, also people get into the sim that are not so experienced with how to behave on a racetrack or not so schooled yet. I also only came across iRacing because I just hated how Assetto Corsa open lobbies were. Back then, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, I was racing only against the AI because open lobbies was same chaos as they are now. But I still think in iRacing you can have decent people here that are driving like gentlemen. Of course, sometimes it gets a bit heated during the race. And yeah, in iRacing you have to accept, like, when you're driving hard, accidents happen because the cars lose traction quite easily when you crash or bump into each other. But I think that's... a lot of people say this is a negative point about iRacing, but I really would say that's a big plus, because it really teaches you, or taught me, car placement and avoid going into other people or using other people as a braking barrier. And it has gotten a lot easier now to like bump into each other and still stay on the track. Ooh, that's a bit loose on cold tires, but front end feel is not bad. And back then, when I started out in GT3 racing, the cars were even more loose. When you just touched each other, both cars went off usually. Let's see. Oh, god damn it, this chicane. But hey, already week 11 is around in iRacing, so season 2 is coming soon. Yeah, Corvette on Bathurst was quite nice to drive. I still felt better in the Lambo though. But I'm a big believer in iRacing karma. And usually the guys who drive so aggressively and crash you out, they will crash out. It's not 100% right, but I think 80% of the time karma gets them. Oh no, is the Corvette really like... Maybe I should map an anti-traction control button.
Got wheel damage. We've got damage on the back end.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like when people get angry at each other and then bump harder and harder. Sometimes I also like catch myself trying to race harder and harder, but you really shouldn't. Nobody should do that. Just let this guy go, and the next few corners he will be out anyway normally. Or in what sense ever, the karma will get him. Oh my god, the Corvette, why is it so loose on the rear? It was so nice to drive at Bathurst. Yeah, true. That is also true. Sometimes they then just block like hell. But yeah. But when you have slow cars in front of you and one car who thinks he's faster behind you, it's always better to let him by, because he will crash out the 2 cars in front of you, and then you gain 2 freebies that you don't have to fight for. Okay. Please, Corvette, don't get loose again. Yeah, I do this all the time. I don't want to end my race by a clown like this. He just should end the races of the other cars. But yeah, I feel you, actually. That's also part of the thing why I don't do usually short races anymore. So you barely see me doing a fixed GT3 race or something like this, because people are just too aggressive. And again, I did the same mistake.
You cut the course, you've got to slow down and give up that time.
Okay. This time I survived it, thank God. Should I try it once more, or just say don't drive the Corvette here? It's scary. Hi Garfang, welcome back. The Corvette was sketchy for you at Bathurst? Ah, rear anti-roll bar adjustment.
3.942.
Did you stiffen up the anti-roll bar or loosen it? I mean, my setup for Bathurst was fine in the Corvette. I was just feeling better in the Lambo. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's annoying. Okay, when I can do it full on the next lap, it's fine, but... Two seconds up. Let's see. Let's set an active reset point.
58.005. New fast flat for you.
Maybe we can do a good lap in the Corvette. So far. Also, what got mentioned to me a lot of times already, when like normal races are too, people are too crazy, just join a league. I've never done that, but I definitely can understand it, because when you're joining a league, after some races you know the people you race against, and then you will not, or everyone will drive a bit more clean because they don't want to offend anybody. Oh, no. Sorry, Mr. Corvetto. Sorry, Mr. Corvetto. Third time already. Yeah, true. Yeah, I think league racing is definitely a good substitute for too aggressive drivers. When drivers are too aggressive. Loose rear. Okay. Then we are just 2 more cars to go. I'll head to the toilet real quick, and then we're going with the Aston and the Porsche for our last cars today. I'll be right back. Okay, well, let's get on. Racecraft MB, stupid reflex also on iRacing. Yeah. Oh, you quit for 4 years. Yeah, and that's also the thing that I stopped caring a bit about iRacing a bit more. Because for me it was like the same. But yeah, now I'm just trying to like have fun in the sim. I don't know if I'll gain any more iRating, but I will try to be cool with it in a way. And I also try to think of it like, okay, iRating is something, okay, you have this number there, but when you lose 500 iRating, you're not 500 iRating slower all of a sudden. You will gain it back eventually. What pedals do you have, actually? For the Porsche, I need a different song. Head. Club Sport V1s. Ah, the V1s. Oh, George Harrison. Why not? Okay, let's see how the Porsche feels. Time to beat is a 156.2 from the Mustang. Okay. 4.5k before. Okay, you lost 1000 iRating. Yeah, but you're not like 1000 iRating slower all of a sudden. You will gain it back. You're still a 4.5k driver. You just had bad luck. And sometimes it's also not too bad, like you get into a second split and sometimes you can get away with a win. Yeah, it's like just driving clean, you can get so much iRating. But that's a really hard thing to do, even, I mean, for me anyway. Having a clean race is really, like really a race where you nail your lap time every lap. That's my main focus right now. Hi, Ricegeist! Welcome! Yes, at the end, it's just a number. You're totally right there. Some people think it's the most important number we have in the internet points here in iRating, but yeah. I think I said this already a few times, but there are a few drivers with a pro license in iRacing who are like pro sim racing pros or drivers, and for all of the rest of us it's a game or like a simulation game, and you should have fun with it because you pay for it. But yeah. Ooh, okay, also the Porsche is a bit loose there. Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. Oh, that was a hefty crash. It sent me back over to the road. Let's check this out. Oh no, maybe I have to go with the safe setup for the Porsche. What did I do wrong? Okay, I unsettled it and here... Oh! Okay. Let's use the safer setup. Okay, there's one click more rear wing. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's a good incentive to like learn to get faster, to stay away from the crashes. That's still a big thing I have to work on my side. It's like qualifying pace. I don't like train qualifying at all, even though it's so important because it's basically free places or free positions you get just by doing a good qualifying. But I don't know. I don't like training for qualifying. Okay, with the safe setup, it's a slight bit understeery here. Much safer. Going through the Schumacher is... Oh, yes, well, understeery? Okay. We could only be the next Max Verstappen. Yeah, everybody thinks he is. When you discover that there are clowns everywhere, it doesn't matter at all. That's also true. That felt really easy. Slow down the Porsche there for turn 1. Setup has a lot of body roll again. Things here, it's for me. I feel it helps me like shifting from 1 into 2nd to gain rotation to make it without an off track. But I guess I will have a lot of off tracks again. Yeah, me too. I also have races where I really had a blast, even though I lost iRacing at the end. True. When the fighting was fair. Totally agree there. I don't know, some people just have the mentality, oh, I never the AI never overtook me in Gran Turismo, so also nobody can overtake me in iRacing. Or it sounds hard, but that's my feeling sometimes, how people react when you overtake them. I really feel like, no, nobody can overtake me. I'm the next Max Verstappen. 8.8. As are getting warm now. I hope in iRacing they bring some nice cars in Season 2. Toyota GR GT3 car would be nice. I would love that. Now let's see. I'm also thinking about doing some open wheel racing in the future, but I don't know to what extent. Yeah, exactly. Okay, Schumacher S is getting tight to make it. There we go. I think I'll set an active reset point here. But actually the feeling over the curb was quite, I think it was the best so far. Porsche really sucks up these curbs quite well. 58, okay. Okay, I thought I was already much faster. Now let's see. Yeah. When I'm off pace, I also like I also be like not disappointed, but yeah, maybe annoyed is a good word. I'm annoyed at myself. I don't know, maybe it is in some Reddit thread or whatever that you actually win the race by overtaking as many people as you can in turn 1. Well, it depends what you're racing. Porsche Cup is not a good example. Come on. Okay. As now actually getting warm. 7-1. Oh, but that was with the off track, so the last lap does not count for the lap time delta. Oh, come on. With some cars, chicane felt way easier than with others. Porsche feels actually quite tricky here. Wonder why that is. The last few races or last few weeks, this car felt so nice to drive. Here it's a bit tricky again. This will be the same lap time again. Let's check the optimal lap time delta. Yes, a low 157. Whew. Very disappointing. I was close to a slowdown. Okay. 157 flat. I'll give it one more lap, but Porsche looks like it's not for me this week. It's understeery, it has a loose rear. What is with the setup? Do I have the right one? But as Simrig said, I'm at least practicing the first part of the Nordschleife. At some point this year I have to do a Nordschleife race. Being way more aggressive here actually helped. The Porsche always, like, in my opinion, always wants to get pushed. Ugh, come on. Yeah, watching the results of a race is always a good anchor point where your pace should be. 56.6. Let's try one more. Maybe it just took the Porsche a few more laps to wake up. Too late. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, I think 156.6 is actually fine. I wasn't feeling the Porsche for this week too much, to be honest. It's a bit weird. Normally I like to drive this car, but here even the safe setup felt a bit. 156.614. .614. Handling. Ability also free. Understeer. And loose rear. Okay, then. Let's refresh my page here, and then only the Aston is left. The Aston Martin. I hope I will be fast in it. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. Escape in the front. It's always the better choice when you can make it, but qualifying, you have to be on top of your qualifying game. I still mess up my qualifying way too often. Okay, let's see how the Aston performs. Is my thingy actually okay here? Yeah, perfect. Also choose the esports setup first. Race setup, of course. Go out on track. Oh, shifting sound in this car every time. Oh, okay. Increase the traction control a bit. Really? Does some people have a 2.5k Smurf? Why? Yeah, I guess. I mean, it don't always has to be a Smurf link with. When there is a 2 after the name, sometimes people have the same name, and the one who signed up to iRacing the latest will get the number behind his name. But don't always has to be a Smurf. But yeah, when they are way too fast for the iRacing or for the split, then it's definitely a Smurf. Ooh, ooh. That feels quite soft. Liking that. Yeah, true. So far on cold tires, the Aston is still a bit snappy on the rear. Front is actually feeling perfect from the start. This car always feels very good on cold tires, I don't know why. Oh, maybe because there's a huge engine in the front. Also through the S's here, car stays nice and planted. way easier than the Corvette. Bit of understeer here. Okay. Yeah. I also don't understand this. But as long as they're not bothering other cars, for me it's fine. But when they're like crashing out other people in the split, that sours the whole Smurf thing for me a little bit. I don't get that. 57.7. Yeah, that's the thing that I find most annoying, when they're starting from the back and then like crashing 10 other drivers in the process of getting into the front. Got automodded. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, I can sign that. Treat your Smurf just like your main, and I guess nobody will have a problem with you smurfing. You're on the LMU hate train? Okay, why is that?
Slow down.
Ah,
Got a
slow
penalty
down.
for cutting the course.
No, I wouldn't say it's definitely not shit.
58.672.
Then you had to try Automobilista 2 in version 1 back then. That was not good force feedback. But I think they have come a long way now. AMS2, they actually bring great content every time. Now, I think it's a lot of it is just setup stuff, force feedback setup. And when you're not so experienced with that, to be honest, I haven't tried it in a while, so I will not hate on it. Back then, I enjoyed LMU. I could lower my filters quite a bit compared to iRacing, because I guess the update rate is much higher than in iRacing naturally. I mean, I'm still running the 360 Hz force feedback, but it felt not as grainy as iRacing from the start, and that I really liked. I had my problems with losing traction in slow corners in LMU back then. I really didn't, like, I had no sense of, okay, I was already super slow. Do I brake more? Do I lose the rear or not? Oh, too late. Okay.
Slow down. You got a penalty for cutting the course.
Yeah, I really would have to try it again to say something about the force feedback. I made a video about the force feedback of LMU when it came out, and back then it was for sure still not as good as iRacing's, but a lot of A lot of people actually hated on me in this video. Got a lot of bad comments, even though I was just like saying what I was thinking. I don't want to offend anyone, but if someone's sim gets offended, apparently people cannot stand that at all. I don't know. I think it's already 3-4 months ago since I tried LMU for the last time, so maybe my feelings have changed for LMU. I would have to try it. But it has definitely its appeal because so many people are driving it, or a lot of people driving it, so it's alright. Everybody should drive what he wants to. I don't want to hate this or that. It's good that we have competition in the sim world, and actually a lot of decent good sims. Yeah, it feels just different. I mean, and it can feel different. I mean, a lot of cars like share similar characteristics, or shared their characteristics back then. But yeah, I don't know how a GT3 car feels in real life. Would be also true that the LMU version of the Aston feels more real. But back then I just liked the iRacing force feedback more. Of course, also because I'm a bit biased. But I also liked force feedback of Assetto Corsa Evo. It's a bit different. It's a bit, I think I would say for Assetto Corsa Evo, I really like the force feedback for how a road car should feel, because I know how a road car feels to drive. For proper race cars, I still prefer iRacing's force feedback. Maybe I should shift down to first gear here. Have a nice week of Ford, I guess. I will see. If the races tomorrow are too crazy, I will jump to Porsche Cup. Yeah, but like, who does say this? Everybody who's not racing GT3s and iRacing. So they probably haven't put the time in it to set up the force feedback properly, or just heard it from a friend. I mean, always like when you hear something from a friend, you trust that that word even more than from a stranger. And yeah, then again, like, people can say this, but how many people are driving GT3s and iRacing? A lot. There are also, I would say, there are more people racing prototypes in LMU than, I don't know. No, I cannot say that, but back then, I only can say from what I know, back then the GT3s in LMU didn't feel as good as the GTEs in LMU. I really had a blast racing the GTEs, and the LMP2 car in LMU felt really nice, but the GT3 cars definitely needed some work back then. Again, I don't know how it is now. Yeah, but that's already that has a bit changed already. I would say, actually. I know back then iRacing was the cars we have now in iRacing, or the tire models, they are so much more grippy than we had like from 4 years ago. I guess you can remember it when you have driven back then. Now the cars have so much more grip and they actually drive better. Back then they were really easy to lose. And then it was especially true that the driver said, okay, the cars in iRacing are way more tricky to drive than in real life. But I think iRacing definitely has improved in that manner a lot. 4 years ago or so, or 5 years ago, the cars still felt a lot slidier. When I started out in GT3 racing 6 years ago, the cars were still quite a bit more slidey. Now you actually feel good grip. Yeah. That might be also true, Hellsoy, because when you don't have the actual real data of a certain tire, you never really 100% know. I have no clue why that statement has been made about iRacing's GT3's IRL drivers use the sim to prepare for the real races. Okay. Has someone made this statement? I didn't know that. But even though a car drives differently, the sim still teaches you racecraft, like where to be in a certain situation on a track, I think. But I guess that's true for every sim. You can train this as long as you have a full grid of real drivers. You can train where it's better to position yourself during a race, to not receive a dive from another car or whatever. Hi, One Demand, welcome in. Oh my god, this late. Over Road America? No. Road America is still much better. But I've raced this track already this season. Yeah, I would say so. So, like, to hone your racecraft on a certain track. Yes. As long as the track is the same thing. I think you can really like refine your racecraft on a certain track in whatever sim. I only heard the statement from Max. I think the question was if he's training in iRacing for Formula 1 races, and then he said no, they use a modded version of Assetto Corsa for Formula practice. And I think, yeah, first off, like in Assetto Corsa, you can basically load in every mod you can dream up, or your engineers can make you. Then you can have much closer practice to the real deal than the Formula 1 car in iRacing, which is super tricky to drive, which is trickier than a real Formula 1 car. Some people say that. Okay, what was my fastest lap? 156.7. Oh, sorry, Aston. $156. I forgot it again. 156.738. Let's write this down. $738. Handling was actually feeling really nice. Stability also very nice. Note it was a bit connected. Snappy corner exit. Okay. Let's update. Get out of the sim. I'm using Go setups right now. And I really like them so far. I only wanted to try them out because I heard Craig Williams, the guy from Craig's Setup Shop, is doing quality control at Go setups. So I thought, oh, I give them a try because in the past I always liked Craig's Setup Shop a lot. Even though it was one of the cheapest setup shops, they always had great setups. Their lap times, everybody can look up their lap times. And sometimes, like for me, it's more about the car feels and how I, as a normal driver, can handle a car. If anyone like wants to see how the overall fastest car performs, there are many setup shops out there who are releasing lap times, but I just had the experience that the fastest car for one setup shop is not necessarily the fastest car for me, because either I can't handle this car like the setup builder does, or like it drives completely differently. You can't see lap. Yeah, sure. You can see Go Setups lap times. They are just uploading their laps to YouTube, and I think also Heimo does like Instagram posts, so you can see their lap times. But also, like some setup shops, they cheat a little bit. I think not cheating, but they use favorable track conditions sometimes. I don't want to like. They are faster by miles than me anyway, so I don't care. I'll have my lap times, and usually I am competitive with them in my iRating range. So yeah, they all like make their lap times public. It's all right. But yeah, again, I was also in the past like hung up by lap times. Oh, this car is 2/10 faster. Maybe we should go with this one. But until I found out, okay, maybe I cannot drive all the cars like the setup builders do, or sometimes there was a setup builder who prefers a totally different driving style. And then even though the car is the fastest, I could not drive it. So that's why I'm doing this. But yeah, then let's round this up for this week's GT3 comparison at the Nürburgring Grand Prix track for the GT sprint races in week 11. And the fastest car for me was the Ford Mustang GT3. Was quite a surprise because it was easy to drive and I did fast laps really effortlessly. What was the second fastest car? The Mercedes. Also, the Mercedes was nice to drive. It was a bit trickier on corner exits. I had to open up the traction control a bit so the car does not spin too easily, the rear tires. Yeah, what else? Also, the Ferrari was good, kinda, but I didn't feel fast in it, but it was alright. But for me, overall, definitely the Ford Mustang was the best car to drive there. Yeah, exactly. Also, just the car that feels good on this track combination or track condition and track combination, drive this and you will be fine. Der laps fastest Mustang, then Aston, then the Mercedes. Yeah, the Aston Martin for me was not really that fast. I was faster in the McLaren and the Lambo. But yeah, that's how it is, and that's why I'm doing this. So with this, I just can say thank you again for the nice chat. As always, I really enjoy talking with you guys, and yeah, I just having so much fun doing this. So I hope you all have a nice evening and rest of your day. And I'll be online tomorrow morning already and doing some racing at Nürburgring Grand Prix. If the races are too chaotic, I'll switch over to Porsche Cup, which is for sure more chill. No, it will be not, I guess. Yeah. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the nice chat. And yeah, I hope I see you soon. Bye bye.